Alright guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I just want to talk about how people are disrespecting Stormfall and how it needs to stop, because whether it's on Twitter or I'm watching different content creators that may have not put the same amount of time that I've put into Stormfall. If you want to know how much time I've put into Stormfall, it's over 1,000 hours. I've got over 8,000 matches, played in tournaments, played the game competitively, first to fives. I've streamed, I've done guides, you can see it on my channel. I've played all the top players in my region, all of that good stuff. So I've put extensive time in the game. I've seen what the game has to offer in terms of the game itself and its mechanics, and what other top players are doing in the game as well. So that's why I feel like I can talk about the game as much as I do on the channel, or just in general if you see me on Twitter. But yeah, I felt like just a lot of people are downplaying it, especially because Demon Slayer has come out recently, and as you know, it's arena fighter, same genre as Stormfall and My Heroes 1 Justice 2, if you guys have played or watched gameplay for that. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people are just downplaying it, especially because maybe they got tired of Stormfall or didn't like the way it was balanced or played. And then because Demon Slayer is a new fresh arena fighter, you know, in that honeymoon period, they're enjoying the game. They just want to downplay Stormfall because maybe they didn't enjoy it as much as they're enjoying Demon Slayer. But yeah, like, people just need to stop disrespecting it. Like, I just see a lot of people commenting saying that, like, oh, there's only 10 viable characters in the game at a competitive level. That is false. That is false. That is false. Like, obviously there's a lot of characters in the game. I think it's around 100 or 120, I can't remember the exact number, but that's a lot for an arena fighter or a fighter in general. If you compare it to games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, that's a lot of characters. Like, I think the only other fighting game that has a similar roster size is Smash Bros Ultimate. I think they have around 80, but you Smash players let me know. I don't play the game, so I won't know the exact number. So you Smash players, you veterans, or people that actually play the game, just let me know the roster number. But like, that's the only comparison I can make to similar roster sizes. But yeah, so like, yeah, like, they just need to stop disrespecting it. I'm going to show you the tier list, a tier list that was made. It's from 2020. Shout out to Playco for the tier list and the community coming together to make this tier list. But yeah, I'm just going to show you a few examples. So as you can see, this is the tier list. If you're unfamiliar with the game, I'll explain the tiers quickly for you. Feel free to zoom in if you want to. But like, B tier, you've got the characters that are just solid. They don't really have anything abusable in their moveset, but overall their moveset and the tools that they have in that moveset are solid. People like Orochimaru. To be honest, I'd put Orochimaru in A tier. But yeah, these are characters that they don't really have anything abusable, but if you're a top player, you can play them competitively and make them viable and dominate with them. You can dominate them in the competitive set. So for example, RJ put Utakata on the map, and Playco started playing him as well, and he's shown people how you can dominate with Utakata. You've got Falco X Risen showing the mess that you can do with Deidara, so shout out to him. You've got me with Mifune, as you guys already know, taking him into first to fives, winning sets. You see me playing in the streams with the E team, which is Sasuke, Shisui, and Mifune. You've seen Dark Mask dominate with Hidan. Like, you've seen, I know there's a good Orochimaru player in the NA. I can't remember his name right now, but you see me use Orochimaru sometimes against good players. You see me dominate with him. Zhao used to play him as well and showcase how you can abuse his jutsu and make yourself safe. And yeah, and then you know a lot of stylists play Minato. So yeah, you guys already know that one. But yeah, so as you can see, there's more than just 10 viable characters. All these characters can be taken into competitive setting and first five into tournaments, and you can play them. You're gonna have your easiest time winning sets with the S tier characters, because in the S tier category, each character that's in there has an aspect of their moveset that's broken. So Kaguya, with her button locks, she can sub for free while changing dimensions. Her lava stage and her ice stage. Her lava stage combos hit full screen, and her lava stage combos can't be blocked. So those aspects earn her place in the S tier because they're low-key broken. Madara, best awakening in the game. You can absolutely be an oppressive monster with his awakening, along with his button lock in his infinite. But yeah, it's mainly because of his awakening and, you know, his button lock in his infinite and his tilt and his jutsus. All his jutsus are good. Danzo, you already know his one shot, his awakening. Neji with his hitbox, I'd put him in A tier, me personally, but yeah, I don't think it's that oppressive. But you guys that play traditional fighters, the reason why he's viewed as a top tier character or OP character, whether that's S or A tier, because he has advancing normals. But yeah, you've got Night Guy, literally because he's the only character that can, you know, what's it called, counter dash you. So if you dash him on guard, he can literally dash you back, and he's the only character in the game that can do that. And he has a very oppressive awakening, especially his jutsu. Tamari with her cover fire. So if you're playing a team that, you know, really knows how to abuse that cover fire, whether that's Minato or Neji, as you've seen Playco seen or utilize, whatever, it can be very oppressive. But yeah. Now you got the A tier. So A tier is kind of characters that you'll see the most often, along with the S tier characters. So people like Pain, as you know, everyone and their mum uses Pain. He's got a kunai undering because he's A tier, borderline S tier, and that's because of his synergy. His synergy is S tier, so you can literally put him on any team and he can do well. So those of you guys that play fighters and you're veterans at the game, you already know what team synergy is all about, like how well your character goes with the rest of your team. Pain, you can literally put him on anyone. He's a strike back. He has a good jutsu to use defensively. If you're getting comboed, you can literally call him. You don't have to time it and he'll get you out of the combo, especially if it's an air combo. Great tilt to apply pressure in neutral and convert off. He's got an air hit that has good range and is very safe when you land on the floor. Very little recovery frame, especially if you land and mash, so you can punish your opponent for trying to punish you. You've got Rene Sasuke, one of the best Sasuke in the game at the highest level, followed by Wandering Sasuke. Great tilt for getting out of combos. You got his jutsu, great using defensively and aggressively, has priority over other jutsus, a lot of other jutsus in the game. Great awakening. Like, a lot of these A tiers are just viable and they have aspects of their moveset that you can abuse, and I've already went over it with Pain and Kirin Sasuke. Last Naruto with his jutsu, his combo pressure, and he has great damage during his combos. Yugito, you've already seen a lot of players do it with her mash, her first few hits, and her tilt as well goes into strike back. If you have a strike back on your team, Sarada with her second hit, Kakuzu with his gel and his neutral. If you guys want to know more about this character, check out my character guys tier list that go into more depth in why certain characters are B, A or S tier. So if you want to check that out, feel free and check it out. But yeah, characters, A tier characters are a safe bet to go into competitive depth with, especially if you don't want to use broken characters or the characters that are in the S tier category. But yeah, so yeah, as you can see, just to reiterate again, there are more than 10 viable characters. There's even more than 20 viable characters, man. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of viable characters in the game that you can play casually or competitively, and that increases if you're playing casually as well, because you don't have to win or nothing's on the line, whether that's your reputation, the prize pool or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, primarily the reason why I wanted to make the video is kind of set the record straight as someone that has a lot of experience and knowledge on the game. Like, and a lot of people are saying, well, not a lot of people actually, I've just seen a couple people say the netcode in Demon Slayer is the same as Storm 4, if not better. Currently, if we're comparing the netcode for Naruto Storm 4 and Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles, Naruto's netcode is better. There's a couple of players that I can play on Naruto and I have a blue bar, so that's 3 connection points, and if I play them on Demon Slayer, I only have a 2 bar, and we both use Ethernet cables. That's already been confirmed. And like, my matches on Naruto Storm 4 are a lot more smoother, and we've played the same day, like literally minutes after. It's a lot more smoother than my matches on Demon Slayer, but that's just my experience. Obviously you guys let me know, but as far as my experience and the tests that I've done, Naruto netcode is superior, and by a lot, to Demon Slayer. Like Naruto and Storm 4, we don't have the desyncing issue. We don't have the desyncing issue, and matches are more stable. I was gonna say input delay, but that's not netcode related. That's just the game, unfortunately, for Demon Slayer. But yeah, so yeah, games are more stable, and we don't have the desyncing issue. I've played over 8,000 matches, probably over 9,000, maybe even 10,000 matches. I've never ever had an issue where the game has desynced and I've won a match and my opponent has won their match, and we're both wondering like, how come I've won my match on my screen and you've won your match on your screen. But on Demon Slayer, that's happened to me like over 3 times with people that I play on the regularly, such as RJ X Hunters. But yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. And like, I feel like currently Demon Slayer honestly shouldn't be played competitively. Like, I'm glad people are still doing tournaments for it, like whether that's community tournaments with prize pools, clan battles, all of that. Like, it's good. It's a good way to push the competitive aspect of the game, and I'm glad for that. But in its current state, it's not really competitive with the input delay, especially on PS4, but there's input delay on all systems, and the unstable netcode and the desyncing issues. These are not factors that make for a healthy competitive environment. Like, people are having to stream the game, which worsens their which could worsen their connection quality, making the game more unstable when they play. There's obviously the desyncing issue, so people are having to re-run matches because the game just desyncs and they've won on their screen and their opponent has won on their screen. That's just unacceptable. And obviously with the input delay, so it limits the amount of creativity in your playstyle, because you can't play reactionary because of the input delay. You always have to play prediction or 5 seconds into the future, as you've seen with a lot of players. Like, it's very hard to react to stuff in Demon Slayer because it takes 5 years for your character to react to it after you press the button, as you've seen with multiple content creators or multiple people play with the game. So right now, the current state of Demon Slayer is not suitable for a competitive fight, in my opinion. Obviously, other people will disagree with me, and naturally they do disagree because a lot of people are hosting tournaments for the game, but I don't think it's competitively viable right now. I really do think the developers need to focus on fixing those core issues, improving the netcode, reducing the input delay. Please make it 0 or at least close to 0 as possible, and, you know, fix the desyncing issue, because if you want to play the game competitively, we cannot have these issues. Like, a lot of people have stopped playing online already, or stopped playing ranked, because they're tired of the input delay, they're tired of the poor netcode, or they're tired of the desyncing issue. Like, it's just unacceptable. It will drive people away from the game, and if we want to push this game as a competitive game, we're going to need these issues resolved as far as possible before we even get into character balancing and what's OP or what's not, because right now we're not even playing the real game. Even offline we're not playing the real game because the input delay is so high. But yeah, so those issues definitely need to be addressed. I just feel like as a community we need to do better. Like, it's fine to not like Naruto or not like the way they balance the roster, because currently the game is not balanced, but there's a lot of options in the game that allow you to counter the fact that a lot of characters aren't balanced, or a lot of characters have broken access to the moveset. Like, just because a top player picks a top team, you can still defeat them. Like, even if you're playing a low tier team, like I've shown that, Playco has shown that, Django has shown that, Yamanaka has shown that, and RJ's Hunters has shown that. Like, you can like go and view their channels. They're like, their online matches are there, their live streams are there. You can go check it out. But moving on from that, anyways, like a lot of people are also like they like to gatekeep. Like, not, it's like they don't want people to play Storm 4 because they didn't enjoy the game or something. Like, it's especially dangerous and negative when people with a following do that as well, especially when they haven't put the time in. Like, Storm 4, even though the game is not balanced and it has its issues, you know, and it has its misinputs, whether you believe misinputs exist in the game or not, it's still a very good fun game to play. It's still a very fun game to play. Like, and it's not a dead game at all. Like, Naruto content creators are still getting views. If you watch Dr. Zoya, and whenever he does Naruto Storm 4 content, the man gets views. I get views when I do Storm 4 content. When I stream it, people are turning up. I get like 50 viewers a lot of the time, and like a lot of the time new people come to the game like, yeah, I just saw your videos on Naruto, I watch your online battles, like, oh, they're so exciting, or like, they're really fun to watch, or you know what, I saw my guides and it made me want to learn the game and get into the game. Like, a lot of new people constantly find my channel and say hi in my streams. Like, the game is far from dead. A lot of people were saying like, oh, Demon Slayer is gonna kill Storm 4, all the Naruto content creators are gonna leave and like not play it again. I'm still playing it. Dark Mask is still playing it. Hokage Adrian's still playing it. There's people still playing it, man. The game is not dead. I still find matches quickly. The only time I don't find matches quickly is when I'm looking for max ranks on ranked. As my chat and my community already knows, I'm always looking for max rank players to play for the stream to make it more entertaining. But yeah, like, the game's far from dead, and Naruto is a classic. As an anime and as a game, especially Storm 4, it's a classic, meaning that it's timeless. People are always going to join Naruto. People are always going to want to play through until the next Storm game comes that replaces Storm 4, you know? Like, it's far from dead. Just don't discourage people from getting the game, especially when you're stating opinions that are not true, such as, or the game only has 10 viable characters. Because if you have a following and you're saying that to a mass amount of people, a lot of people take people's words as the truth, so they might consider getting the game, especially when they haven't played as many as fighters as the person they're watching, and they think, okay, if there's not a lot of viable characters, especially because of the roster side of Naruto, let me just get another fighting game, when they could get Naruto and really enjoy it. Like, there's multiple viable characters in the game. There is broken aspects to the game, there is unbalanced aspects to the game, but the game is still fun. I'm still having fun with the game. There's a lot of ways you can counter it. Like, we just need to be spreading the truth about Storm 4 and not degrading it, gatekeeping it, downplaying it, especially just because you're enjoying the hottest anime arena fight. It's not fair for the community, it's not fair for the game, it's not fair for the developers, it's not fair for the viewers, and it's not fair for the new players, man. It's just not fair on anyone. I just want us to reach a place where if we have a following, or even if we don't, as a community, we're spreading accurate information about the game. Like, for example, Demon Slayer, a lot of people say characters are broken, such as Rengoku. Rengoku is not broken. There's nothing broken in his moveset, and there's mechanics in the game that you can use to counter his specials, because that's what a lot of people complain about. If you want to see that tutorial, link at the top right, like such as heavy push block into special. Like, Rengoku's not blocking, he's annoying to play for sure, and the way a lot of people play him is annoying, and the way he gets damaged very easily can be annoying, especially when you work so hard to get in. If you're playing Makomo, my 3 Makomo players out there, you guys know what I'm talking about, shout out to you guys. But yeah, it can be annoying. But yeah, like, he's not broken. Like, we need to stop gatekeeping. I think Avatar Yaya, shout out to him, he made a tweet, check out his channel if you haven't already. Like, we need to, like, it was essentially relating to what I'm saying here, like, stop downplaying anime games and gatekeeping games. Like, rise up and push up the game instead of downplaying it. Obviously there's aspects of the game that you might not like or enjoy, but that shouldn't let you vocally discourage other people from getting the game just because you don't enjoy it. Other people might enjoy it as well, especially when there's mechanics or glitches, or however you want to put it, in place to counter those broken aspects, unfair aspects of the game to make it fun. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I just wanted to touch on that because it was kind of irking me, and a lot of people were talking about it. I did a stream earlier discussing this, and a lot of people seem to agree with me that we need to put more respect on Naruto Storm 4 as a fighter and as arena fighter as well, if you just want to keep it to arena fighters. This is why I like One's Justice 2, because not a lot of people play that game, but whenever people do talk about it, they talk about it in a positive light. Like, obviously that game has its issues as well, such as like the character balancing, well, the way the devs balance the game, it can kind of be off, and then certain characters are not as strong as they should be, or you've got broken characters like Shinsho, unfortunately, as DLC. But there's also positive aspects of the game, because it's the arena fighter that has one of the best netcodes out of all the arena fighters. Like, it's up there with Kill la Kill, and, you know, One Piece Burning Blood also has good netcode. But I'll make a video on that on another day. Netcode tier lists, watch out for that, man, watch out for that. But yeah, that's kind of it for the video. If you enjoyed the discussion, make sure you like the video. If you have got any counter arguments to what I've said, just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll reply to you. Well, when I got the time anyways. But yeah, I'll try to reply to everyone. But yeah, it's been your boy E. If you're interested in any more discussion videos, there'll be a discussion playlist on the video somewhere, maybe bottom right, hopefully. But yeah, stay tuned for more content. If you want to check out my Naruto, you can. If you want to watch online battles and you want to see the like top level fun aspects of the game, I highly recommend you watch my online battles playlist, so definitely check that out. I don't just spam Switch Tech all day. But yeah, peace out, subscribe if you haven't already. It's been your boy E. I'm out.